Hello, this is Vincent Hunt here, and today I'm going to do a video on multi-tier application deployment with automated network and security services using VMware vRA automation, so known as vRA, together with NSX itself. Using NSX, we are able to do service insertion. With this demo, I have chosen Checkpoint vSEC, and Checkpoint vSEC will be used for all the advanced threat prevention in the software-defined data center. So before I deploy one of the blueprint quickly, so using vRA automation and NSX, you can quickly provision deployment of your applications using templates. All right. So before I begin or further elaborate on the solution, let me quickly go to the demo environment and kick off application deployment, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to log into vRA, right? Okay. I already kind of pre-created some blueprints. So if you look at the catalog, I have some items over here. I have some Linux virtual machines as well as Windows virtual machines. These are individual virtual machines. So I also have a multi-tiered applications. It consists of multiple virtual machines. So I'm going to request for this multi-tier application, right? So you can see there's actually consists of two virtual machines, a web VM, there's a DB VM. All right, I'm going to submit it. All right, so if you go to the request, we actually see that this request is in progress, right? So it takes about 6 minutes for this deployments to go through. So during the deployment of this multi-tier application, right? So you can see that some of the components are already being created. So probably let me show you the blueprint, right? So this is actually the blueprint itself. This is the Converge Blueprint Designer. You can see that I have a couple of VMs, right? And what I would like to show you is actually this network and security category, right? You can see that some of this NSX construct is being exposed in the VR itself, and what you can do is actually click and drop into your canvas itself, right? So for example, I've actually clicked on the existing network, so you can see that I actually have two existing network that's network profile that I created in VRA itself, right? So I can click on one, right? Okay. So I'm not going to use this. Okay, so you can use existing security group over here. This is actually as existing security tag. Sorry, and in my blueprint, I actually uses on-demand security groups. These are actually on-demand security groups, right? So you can design your applications in VRA itself. So once it's done, right, you can click save or finish, and then you will publish your blueprints. And once you do that and you do the assignment, you will appear as a catalog item for your users to consume, right? Okay, so let's me take a look at the deployment itself, right? Okay, so it's actually progressing well. So next thing I'm going to show is, I talk about the automated network and security services that can be consumed by VRA itself, or as it's been used to speed up the VMs, right? So I've kind of pre-created some firewall rules, right? So one of it is actually right. These are the ones that is being created, right, by vRA itself. These are the on-demand security groups, right? So let me show you one of the, as you see, if you recall, I actually use existing security tags, and I've created a security group based on the security tags itself, right? So let me share you, right? This is the one, security group vRA web tag, right? So you look at it, let me see. So there's only one virtual machines currently in this security group. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to vRA and take a look at the deployment itself. Okay. So it's still deploying, right? So just to mention, so right, I've two network introspection services turned on for this. So if you click on this, right, this is actually my checkpoint policies, right? So what I just did was I created a checkpoint redirection network introspection policies. So if you zoom down from here, right, this is the policies that I created to redirect the traffic to checkpoint, right? So this policy can be applied to a group of VMs. So in my case, I actually applied to this security group itself, which is based on the existing security tag. So if you see now, previously there was only one virtual machine over here. Now you actually have two, right? So this vRA AI Web 27 is actually the VM is spin-off from vRA. So if you goes to vRA itself, right, you can actually see, let me refresh this, right, you can actually see what is the VM being created, right, which is Web 27 and DB 27. Okay, so with security tags itself, I can actually put these these VMs into some sort of security groups, and with the service composer in NSX, I can place policies on this security groups itself. Okay, so that's how automated network and security services comes about. So what I'm going to show you right now is okay, if you want to take a look at the items itself, so this is the one that I just created. If you click on this and view components, right, you get to see the virtual machines that's been created, right, the security tag that's being used, right, what are the networks I have used, existing network in this case, right, and what are the security groups that has been created, right. These are the on-demand security groups. So you create a security groups to contain all the VMs, right? So this is the one, the first one. So they also create each security group for each VM itself, or a group of VMs, right? So you can see from here. And let me go back to the vSphere side. On NSX side, so you can actually see that the security groups being created over here as well. So right, so these are the three. So let me take a look at. So if you look at this B5, you can see that this is the one, right? This is actually created by vRA itself. Okay. So now what you need to do is let's go back to the slide again. Okay. So I kind of like demo, you know, the creation of a blueprint and then plug in the drag and drop the networks and security services, right? And with that, you can templatize it and you can, you know, create automatically, right? The network and security services together with the VMs itself, right? So what I'm going to show here next is the integration with Checkpoint vSEC, right? Together with NSX. So it takes care of the threat prevention for the lateral east-west traffic in your SDDC itself, right? So with the integration of Checkpoint together with NSX and vCenter, right? All these objects will then be seen in Checkpoint itself, so you can use all these objects to create your policies, right, in Checkpoint Smart Dashboard as well. With that, you also get to do security control, and you get visibility from there, from the logs in Checkpoint, which I'm able to show you later on, right? So you get more visibility into that as well. So it's good for monitoring and troubleshooting. Okay, so these are the demonstration that I plan to show in this video. So I kind of finished the first one, which is the multi-tier application delivery with automated network and security using vRA. So I'm going to show you the second demo, right, which is the dynamic policy application with vCenter NSX objects. So if you have seen that, I've so give me a minute. So in NSX itself, you have seen that I actually redirect the traffic to Checkpoint, right? So if I'm going to show you the security policy, right? So you can see here, right? This is the second one. The second policy is the one that is being used to redirect the VMs to Checkpoint itself. Okay, so let me get back my mouse. I'm not sure. Probably disturbed. Okay, good. Get back my mouse. Right. Do this again. Okay, cool. So then, this is smart dashboards, right? This is the place where you manage Checkpoint devices. So this is the security policies tabs where you can actually create policies, right, on Checkpoint itself. So then the policy will be pushed down, or the firewall rules will be pushed down to the vSEC itself, right? So you can see that my rule is actually quite generic. I kind of use source and destination any, right? So for example, if you want to be more granular, right, and you want to use some of the security groups from NSX itself, right, with the integrated solution, right? For example, you know, if you click on import, and I would like to import from NSX Manager, right, it shows you the security groups that are existing security groups in NSX. So if you remember this this is the on-demand security group that's been created by vRA. So now this is actually appearing in Checkpoint itself. So right now I can actually use this, right, and create policies with it, right? For example, over here. Okay, so you get to see like what's the IP address of these VMs. So so over here, right, you can see that, right, the virtual machine is actually 192.168.191.169, right? So right, to verify this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to that VM itself, right, which is the Web 27. So what I'm going to show you is over here, right? You can see that, you know, it's the IP address that is being seen previously in Checkpoint itself. Okay, So that's the dynamic grouping objects. It gets the security groups get exposed to checkpoint as well. Okay, good. The next one, right? Let's go back to my slides again. So the next one, it's securing east-west traffic in the SSD itself. So how I'm going to show this is, there is antivirus blades, as well as IDS and IDPS features being turned on in the vSEC, right? I can show you in a second. Right, so if you go into gateways and service over here, right, you can see that I have the IPS, anti-bot, and antivirus, right, being turned on over here, of course with the firewall itself. So what I'm going to do, I have a series of tests. So the first one I'm going to try that probably simulate the user or administrator of the VM, and he's trying to download a malware, right? So I've used the ICA test virus to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch as a SSH connection, right? So I believe is this. Let me use the newly created virtual machine, right? I think it's let me see what's the IP address over here, right? 69. Okay. So I'm able to SSH in. Okay. And let's check whether there is actually internet access, right? Okay, so you can see that I can actually ping google.com. Let me do a call, right? So because that's what I'm going to use, right? So you can see that it loaded the page and give you some output from there, right? So the first test I'm going to do is actually download a test ICA virus. So this is the first test I'm going to do, right? So if I do that, you can see that it's hung there, right? It's being paused. So in checkpoint itself, let me go to the logs, right? I already know it's actually an antivirus alert. So if I can actually zoom down into the blade itself and look at the antivirus, right? Okay, so if you look at the time right now, it's kind of like synchronized. It's about 4 minutes difference, but this is the latest one, right? So it had kind of shown like where the traffic is coming from, which is that virtual machine, the newly spun off virtual machine from vRA, and it's trying to download a malicious file, right? Which is the ICA test file. Okay, so checkpoint vSEC has prevented the download. So if I kill the process and take a look at the folder, there are actually no downloads, right, of this malware itself. Okay, so that's on the antivirus side. And the next test I'm going to show is on the anti-bot. So the scenario is more like if let's say a malware is really has been downloaded, right, and this malware can actually connects to a bot site remotely, and attacker can use the bot to do command and control of the VM itself. So what Checkpoint actually did is they actually have this test website to do just give me a minute. Not sure why. Yep, this is the one. Okay, this is actually a test. This URL is actually given by Checkpoint, and it's used to test anti-bot, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the same VM itself, and I'm going to do the same, try to load this, try to create a connection to the testing anti-bot website. So you can see that it's connection just hung there. So if I go back again and I go to Checkpoint, this time around I know it's actually the anti-bot, right? So if I take a look at the anti-bot blade, right? Right. So this is the latest logs. If I goes through on it, you can see that it says, the log says that it's trying to communicate with the command and control side, right? And you know, where's the source coming from, so you can actually go and you know, find out further, or even, you know, put a security tag for this VM, and then put quarantine policies for this VM itself, right? Okay, so this is to prevent command control from a bot site. Okay. Okay, the last demo I'm going to do is you know, the IDS feature itself, right? Okay, so the next test is actually the IPS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to you know, since this VM, right, has an internet connection, so we'll probably, you know, let's assume that attacker can remote command and control this VM. So what they can actually do, right, you know, they probably can do download mmap, right? So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay. Right, so just wait for a while for the mmap to be downloaded. Right, notice that this is actually the new VM that is being spun off from vRA itself. If you look at it, I didn't create any new firewall policies, right? So all these policies has been pre-created, predefined. When I spun off the new VMs, all these firewall policies are actually taken place, right, automatically. Right, so you see that nmap is actually downloaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a port scan, right, to see what other virtual machines that I can try to access to. So what I'm going to do here, I really kind of already have, so I'm going to do a simulated one. I actually can do the whole subnet. So for the interest of time, I'll just do one host. Right, so let's see. Sorry, so give me a minute, it should be 6535. Okay, so the port scan has been set up, right? So let me take a look at you know, what did IPS pick up anything. So if you look at it, well, yep, a port scan has been detected, right? So it knows that somebody is trying to do a port scan. So if you can drill down further, you can actually see that this VM itself is actually doing a port scan and is trying to scan, you know, just the destination you're trying to scan, right? Okay. So that's the end of my demo, right? So let me go back to the slides again. Okay, so these are the few demonstrations that I've shown you over here. Okay, and so this is all possible with the integration of checkpoint with NSX itself, right? So what the version that I'm using in my demo is actually R80 checkpoint security management server, and the vSEC itself are actually the R7730 service VM itself. So once you integrate the checkpoint security management server with NSX, this checkpoint service VM is being spun off on every host itself, right? So when you create a redirection policies in NSX, the traffic from the VM will then be redirected to the checkpoint vSEC VM itself, right? And if it's allowed, if the traffic is allowed, it will exit the host. If it's supposed to be blocked, it will just block at the source host itself, right? So just to show you how the traffic flow with animation. So there's also distributed firewall in the host itself. So traffic has to pass through to the distributed firewall before, you know, if you create a redirection policies, the traffic will goes to the filtering module, and this traffic will then pass to the service VM, right? After which it will send to the external network, right? So with that, thank you very much for watching this video.